up, YouTube? Okay, if you watch the title of this video, yeah, this is something like I've noticed in this so a we live in a country with I live in the U.S. a country with a corrupt criminal justice system. I'm just gonna say it out. It's a corrupt system, and there's one aspect of it, just one. There are many aspects I can go over. This just one aspect that I'm gonna go over that I'm starting to notice more and more recently, and it's actually starting to piss me off. So you know the so-called American value that we have, that if you're accused of a crime, you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Isn't that an American value? You're innocent until proven guilty. Yeah, it is, but I feel like it only applies to the elite, the people who actually run things right, the people who have positions of power and make decisions that affect other people. Like, if there's ever allegations of a crime against like a cop, a politician, a judge, a lawyer, people in those positions of power, it seems to me like they're accused of a crime, people tend to turn a blind eye. Like, you shouldn't turn a blind eye, but still, it's an allegation. An allegation may or may not be true. You need evidence and facts to prove that it is true. And yeah, and I believe that. Like, yeah, but when you turn it to a normal everyday citizen, it seems to me that value goes away. A regular citizen that is accused of a crime, like, we're gonna think they're guilty even though there's no facts and evidence to back it up. Like, we think they're guilty based on accusation alone. And to me, that's kind of like not good. That's kind of screwed up to me, because the people at the top, the people who make choices for us, it seems to me they get better treatment within the criminal justice system than regular citizens, because like, there's many things wrong with how the people in the top who make in position of power, there's things about them, the way they're treated, that is completely not right. Like, they do get treated easy, but I'm talking only about this value, so-called American value, innocent until proven guilty. I'm just addressing this in this video. And that's a good thing, but it seems to only be applied to those people. Everyday citizens seem to get the reverse. I believe that just because someone is accused of a crime, it doesn't mean that they're guilty. You need facts and evidence to prove someone guilty. When someone has to prove that they're not guilty, then to me that's an act of injustice right there. You need to prove someone is guilty of a crime to justify, like, punishing them or anything like that. Like, I believe in a world where no one has to prove that they're innocent. You shouldn't have to do that. Like, to me, that's just like screwed up. That's just not right. But yet again, we live in a corrupt system, and like, even when there is no evidence, then we have these crooked cops out there. They like to make up evidence and stuff all the time, falsifying this information, and just as an excuse to mistreat people and stuff. Like, we see it all the time, and it's getting freaking ridiculous. It's just getting ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. But eventually things are going to change. Sometimes a system is just going to fall apart by itself. Like, look at, things are falling to the seams. Like, we're seeing a lot of things, like cops being held. We're slowly starting to see that even this year now. Like, since the protests broke out, we're starting to see, like, haven't you noticed something that, like, for like different things, like, you've seen since protests broke out, more than often than not, we've been seeing cops getting charged with crime, but then citizens, they get let go. So don't you think that says something right there? Like, we're actually seeing something going on in American side, like in America. Like, don't you think something's actually changing? I want to hope so, because the amount of cops that have been arrested these last couple months alone, it's been, wow. That's the biggest number ever of cops being arrested across the country. And to me, it is a good thing, but is it? It probably just propaganda, though. Maybe next year it's going to decrease if people don't stop. If people stop protesting. Yeah, people stop protesting. Well, if it's going to decrease, because like this should be a natural thing. Cops get arrested when they commit a crime. Let's call a thing a thing. They commit. They get arrested. Let's call a thing a thing. Let's call a thing a thing. Now, see, now I'm getting to another subject. But this is how, and this is just how messed up. But back to the original subject: innocent until proven guilty. Why is it not provided to everybody? It shouldn't just be for the elite. It should be provided for everybody. And that's just my point I'm trying to make in this video. Yeah, and that's it. See you in the next one.